for that game. Did you see a little bit of that game?
Just a little bit on. Actually, I watched a little bit on a feed, but I did not see that much. But Juan Diego's really had a pretty good year, and coming in, I think they were one of the top 5 that had a chance of winning this.
And I heard that in the 5th or 6th inning, they erupted for a bunch of runs to come from behind to beat Carbon in that game last night. Looking forward to this one. Let's get going. Little 3A state baseball. The weather is much warmer today than it was yesterday, and not much wind. Just a slight little breeze, probably 3 or 4 miles per hour. It's just a pretty day for some ball and stick at the yard.
It is indeed, and that's the difference, I think, in the temperatures. Is it's a little warmer temperature-wise, but there's not a wind. All right, we get ready to go as the Pineview Panthers take the field. They are the home team here today, and starting it off will be Dawson Stiefel, the third baseman. He looks at the first pitch, and it's ball 1. We are underway from this elimination game at the 3A state championships. The Panthers, the lefty, Riddle on the mound, delivers, and it's just outside, ball 2. 2-0 on Stiefel. Okay, looking at some information here. And the third delivery way up top. So a little jitters maybe in the start here for Riddle.
Yeah, you know, he hasn't really pitched a ton of innings this year because of the injury.
I imagine Stiefel will be taking. He does, and it's 4 balls, and he's walked. He's on. So Juan Diego, Screaming Eagle. Yes, that's Soaring Eagle. Putting them up on first man aboard. That'll bring up the shortstop, Phil Hamill. Where's number 22? Phil, a senior this year for Soaring Eagle. And that pitch goes over top everybody all the way to the wall. Wild pitch. And so the runner down to second base. Ball 1 to Hamill. Boy, you got to just now, in fact, headed out there was Erickson says, hey, buddy, we're all right here. Relax.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to harness that adrenaline in a positive fashion. But what you don't want to do is make too many mistakes here. And Reich is a leader on this team. I mean, he's the vocal leader, emotional leader. He's a bulldog behind the dish. And I think that was a good time for the catcher to go out there and just settle his ace down.
Yeah. So Riddle steps back on the rubber. Again, now a runner at second. On a walk and a wild pitch. 1 on, nobody down. We're in the top of the first inning. Juan Diego at bat, and the ball hits the batter. Came way inside. And already the coaching staff of Pineview, you think they just want to talk it over, but they've got to say, tell you what, Riddle is wild. What else do you say right now?
Yeah, a little bit of jitters, and the whole infield going to come in. But they need him. They can't afford to pull him right now because with Makai McClellan out, they don't want to go to Dawson Staley yet, and they got to start some more kids. I mean, this is a definite situation where they just got to calm him down because he is a crafty, talented pitcher, but he is nervous right now, Mike. There's no question in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, that wild pitch, Devin, it was several feet over the outstretched glove of the catcher. And then, of course, that last hit batsman way inside with the delivery. Now the home plate umpire is going out and saying, let's break this party up, boys.
Yeah, you got Stiefel out at second, Hamill down there at first, Gray up at the plate, nobody out, and obviously all attention is now on Riddle, and he's got to just focus on the batter right now and start executing his pitches.
Once again, Erickson yelling some encouragement out to Riddle. Gave him the little two-handed, all right, listen, I think you just said what he probably said. Think of the batter. Let's get him right now. And the ball is bunted foul up the left or the third base line. Strike 1 called.
Yeah, sneaky try, sacrifice, try to move the runners over, trying to just lay it softly down the line. Not bad. I mean, foot to the right. That's executed perfectly.
Yeah, he got the bat down, deadened the ball pretty good. So now it's an 0-1 count on Dalton Gray, the center fielder. And the pitch misses, ball one. 1-1 count on Gray.
Gray's hit a homer this year, 4 doubles. Lefty hitter on the lefty pitcher here. That's the matchup Coach Wall was talking about, though, in our locker room coach's comments before the game.
So looking around, Riddle, and again, a very high pitch. He's trying to go to his curveball, and there's no movement. That stayed way up out of the zone. It's 2-1 count on Gray.
You know, it's like when you're on a tree-lined golf course, you're trying to guide the ball, and it just doesn't go where you want. He's just got to turn it loose. He's pitching cautiously right now.
He is on that one, and Gray turned on it, but it's well out of play. This time down the right field line. That was a fastball. It's like Gray knew it was coming, got the bat on it, but pulled it well out of play. So it's a 2-2 count on Dalton Gray at the plate. Riddle struggling early, 2 on, nobody down. We're in the top of the first inning in this elimination game in the 3A tournament. And once again, the ball up, pop, throw down to third is an error. It throws into left field. That'll score a run. Wow.
Yeah, Erickson trying to throw that steal attempt over at third. It got away from just a little bit, but not very far. But then he made a bad throw down to Weston Sampson. Sampson dove for it, couldn't keep that one hopper in front of him, and got all the way into left field, and then the run easily scored.
Well, I'll tell you, it's almost like Pineview coming in, and their level of anxiety is way up there. They're thinking the right things, but they're not coming through. Ball is hit straight up in the air. Erickson back in foul territory, has it for the out.
Good job by Reich. You know, threw the mask off early, kept a beat on it, kind of used his mitt to shield a little bit of the sun poking through the clouds here at Brent Brown Ballpark, and that's a huge first out. Nice high fastball, and got him to pop up to the catcher.
So the DH, Easton Rex, now steps to the plate. Another lefty. Boy, Juan Diego sends a whole bunch of lefties to the plate. Lefty on lefty. Now a pitcher is up in the bullpen for Pineview. And once again, the curve stays way up top for ball one.
Yeah, it might be Green. The other lefty Pineview does have, I believe, is Luke Green. I can't see a number down there. But they don't, I don't think they want to make a move here, Mike.
Right.
Just needs to get his command here.
Pitch coming in a little high that time for ball two. So Dawson Stiefel walked, a wild pitch, and then a throwing error. He's already scored. Runner at second is Phil Hamill. He was hit by a pitch. It's one down, and the pitch is way up top for 3-0.
Yeah, over pitching just a little bit. His aiming oil isn't good right now.
Unable to find the strike zone is Corey Riddle for Pineview. Riddle looks, trying not to worry about the runner, comes back with a called strike.
Yeah, Rex was taking all the way. He started out of the box thinking he was jogging down and caught the outside part of the plate with that fastball.
You get the feeling if Riddle can just weather a little bit more here, he'll settle down. And there's a strike, too. That's a good-looking pitch.
Yeah, and again, Rex taking, backing out of the box. I mean, obviously, third base coach, we had the take sign on, and Riddle finally there, back-to-back strikes for the first time here in the first inning.
Now, count is full on the DH, Rex. And he gets a hold of that one, high and deep to the right side. It's out of here.
Rex, the 2-run blast, and Juan Diego now has a 3-0 lead. And Riddle showing some frustration out there on the mound. He is not happy. You know, you challenge him with 2 fastballs, you work back in the count, and then he just served that up, and Rex did not miss it. He takes his helmet off at home plate, a little bump with some of his teammates, and a great start for the Soaring Eagle in this game so far.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, there at that point, Rex was betting that he didn't want, he being the pitcher, didn't want to walk him, and he came with a fastball, and Rex got it all and sent it deep over the right field fence. So 3-0. Juan Diego jumping up early in this one. And there is still just one out with the second baseman, Cooper Rust, to the plate, and a ball one to Rust.
Riddle's got to get that ball down in the zone. He's missing high a lot.
And right now his curve is not, or his off speed. That ball is popped up to the right side. An easy grab there.
Yep, nice job there. Kept that fastball down in the zone and kind of golfed and just popped up to the second baseman. I think that's Corey Tagan, or is that Sanchez?
They got Sanchez.
Sanchez playing second. Yeah, yep. You got Tanner Staley playing short today to start this game for Coach Troy Wall and the Pineview Panthers.
So a little pop out, 2 down, and a foul ball back by Campbell McGrain. He's the first baseman.
Play-by-play of the first inning brought to you by Roy's Pizza and Pasta, official pizza partner of high school sports here on ESPN 97.7. Roy'sPizzaandPasta.com or call 673-8222.
Just missing to the outside there was Riddle. 1-1 count on McGrain. So 3 runs in. Bases are now empty. Right down the middle. That's slapped into left field by McGrain.
Great piece of hitting. Ball on the inside part of the plate. One he could pull, and he did right through the hole. Sampson dove, but a foot or 2 away from even getting the mid on that to try to stop it. Even if he gets a mid on that, it's hit so hard, he'd have to gather himself, get up, and I don't know if he would have had time to throw him out anyway.
So Helgeson, the catcher, now to the plate, and he also bats from the left side. So you got 2 down, 3 in, and a runner at first. That is McGrain, taking a shorter lead. You got to figure, though, right now, pitcher's just going to concentrate on the batter. That pitch is high, ball 1. So continuing to struggle a little bit is Colby Riddle.
I believe it is Green still loosening up down there in the Panther bullpen. Number 2.
Yep, that's Green. Ball right up the middle, unassisted that time by the shortstop, Tanner Staley. He gets it and steps on the second base. So finally, the Eagles are gone, but not before they push 3 across. They leave 1. In the middle of the first quarter, it's Juan Diego 3. Pineview coming to bat back in a minute. Welcome back once again, Brent Brown Ballpark. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, obviously top of the order for the Pineview Panthers. That's Erickson, Staley, and Jagan Levitt. Looking at the pitcher, Colby Finn. He's one tall drink of water. Tall, thin kid. A lefty.
Yeah, not a good start for the defending state champs, but you know, Pineview, this is a team that can swing the bats. I mean, they score 7-8 runs a game consistently, so a 3-run lead is not insurmountable with this offense, but certainly not the start you're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the game just prior to this, I'll pick it up in just a minute. The first pitch, single up the middle.
Picking up where he left off yesterday, right? Erickson was 3 for 4. Already picks his 4th hit up in the last 2 days, and there's a lot more game left in this one.
I was going to say Canyon View in the last game, playing Snow Canyon. The Falcons put 3 across in the top of the first inning, just like the Soaring Eagle did, and then Snow Canyon came back with 2 of their own, made it a game, and the Warriors ended up pulling it out. I don't know if that'll stay the same. but at least we see a good start here. Dawson Staley is at the plate.
InfoWest speed-up runner in. I think that is Corey Tagan for the Pineview Panthers.
A little break in the action as the official umpire makes note of the speed-up runner. Once again, the lefty Finn on the mound. He's thrown one pitch, and it was laced into center. And that one misses to the outside, ball one. 1-0 the count on the right fielder, Dawson Staley.
Dawson and Tanner Cousins, both really productive this year.
Crowd kind of getting into it here. Pitch down low. I think the catcher caught it, then wasn't sure if he had it or not. He was kind of looking around. So it's 2-0, excuse me.
Not a big lead for Reich at first.
Yeah. And ball 3. 3-0 now.
Yeah, and probably a take sign here. Some managers, though, want to be aggressive. Coach Wally.
Give him that green, don't they?
Has been aggressive, and he's got a lot of confidence in Dawson.
And a strike one called on the outside part of the plate. So Dawson Staley now with a 3-1 count.
Yeah, a lot of times, though, when a pitcher's giving up a hit and he's behind 3-0, you want to make him throw one strike.
Right.
And now probably turn Dawson loose if he likes it.
Checks the runner, now turns and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
And Colby Finn right there. Nasty low pitch coming in on Dawson Staley and down. And they couldn't find it.
Yeah, Staley was fooled, I think, either on the position or the speed of that pitch. So a 1 on, nobody down. We're in the bottom of the first inning. And it's ball 4. So Staley gets the ticket aboard. Down to second base goes the speed-up runner in there for Erickson. Did we decide that was Tagan?
Yep, Corey Tagan, the InfoWest speed-up runner. InfoWest lightning fast.
With the win by Snow Canyon, we know we're going to have a 7 o'clock game tonight, and they may be against the Pineview Panthers because the Warriors play the winner of this one tonight, 7 o'clock. We have one before that, though, with Snow Canyon and Park City coming up.
This kid can absolutely swing it. Jagan Levitt.
Levitt looks at the ball 1. Yeah, Jagan, well, he's up around 400 on the year. Plays, when he doesn't pitch, he's out in center field. And he rips that foul down the right field line for a matter of about a foot. That'd have been extra bases. But it's a 1-1 count now on Jagan Levitt. Again, you have Tagan at first, at second, Staley at first, and Levitt with a 1-1 count at the plate. Lefty on lefty here. Elimination game of the 3A State High School playoffs, and that one is way outside.
Levitt hit .397 this year, but his on-base percentage is about .494, and his slugging percentage was .625.
He's got a 2-1 lead right now in the count. And that one is on the outside corner, strike 2.
Jagan had 6 triples during the season, tied for first in the region with Hobbs Nyberg from Dixie.
Triples are becoming more and more rare, aren't they? Hard to do. And the delivery's hit up in the air.
Trouble.
It may drop in, it does. And the throw comes, but it's beat to the plate by the speed-up runner. And the other 2 runners stop at first and second.
Yeah, just fought that one off. Levitt couldn't really handle that pitch, but enough strength there to fight it over second. Shortstop going out, center fielder coming in and right in between them. Little Texas leaguer, little dirty bomb there by Jagan Levitt, and picks up the RBI, and the Panthers are on the board. And they got a little something brewing here with 2 on and nobody out, and already 1 run in.
And that's huge, I think, to come back after giving up 3 in the top of the first. They've at least made a statement, says we're not going away quietly here. That'll bring to the plate the second baseman today, Eric Sanchez.
Sanchez, 343 hitter, but he missed a lot of games with a hamstring injury. Who knows if he would have played the full season, what that average could have been like.
And he's got to bunt his way aboard. Good bunt turn. They throw to first, and everybody advances.
Perfect job there, laying that bunt down. Pitcher Colby Finn had no play at third or second, had to just take the out at first. Sanchez coming in, laying that down, doing his job. And now, obviously, Weston Sampson here with one out, a chance to do some damage, maybe tie this game up with one swing of the bat.
All right, so we had a single, a walk, a single, and now a sacrifice bunt there. So runners at second and third, one down. As you mentioned, third baseman Weston Sampson to the plate facing Colby Finn. Finn, a junior for Juan Diego. Juan Diego High School, not too far away, up in the south end of the Salt Lake Valley. They had like a 30-minute bus ride is all to get here. And the pitch is inside, ball one. Boy, I tell you, the weather much nicer today. Fans are actually, a couple of them in short sleeves, where yesterday, if you weren't wearing a parka and a blanket, you were turning blue. So 1 ball, no strike count. And the pitch is low and outside, 2-0.
Chance here, Sampson with some home run power. Saw him head-to-head in the regular season against the Dixie Flyers, who will play a little bit later this afternoon against Park City. Tie one up in the 7th inning to send it into extras. Likes to pull the ball. See if Finn works him on the outside part of the plate.
And he goes opposite field with that one. A great catch. Here comes the throw. They're going to try to score, and they do.
Yeah, really good job by Dawson Staley. That was slicing to the right fielder. Looked like it originally off the bat it was going to be in the alleyway, but Perry makes a diving catch. Dawson Staley at third has to go all the way back to the bag about 6-8 yards and then touch it, and then the relay came just not in time, a little bit high, and it's a 3-2 game. And the Panthers have fought their way back here in the bottom half of the first.
Yeah.
Are we going to be in store for a shootout today, Mike?
We may be. This is following script from the previous game, which ended up being a 13-6 ball game. This is exactly where we were, 3-2 here in the first, but this one's not over. And the delivery is a low ball outside to Tanner Staley, the shortstop. So Staley at board is Jagan Levitt. He's at second. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Lefty Finn looks back. Now he steps off the rubber. Keeping an eye on the base runner. That's Jagan Levitt. Levitt's got some pretty good wheels.
Oh, absolutely.
So
yeah, you don't have 6 triples without being able to get around the bases. I think Jagan had 6 or 7 steals during the regular season.
Well, they figured and they know about his speed as they wheel and dish. They throw back to the second baseman covering, and actually that was closer than it should have been, but he's safe at second base. But he did have to dive back into that second bag. And the pitch is high and outside for ball 2 to Staley.
Yeah, Tanner didn't like that pitch. Good eye, holding off. Colby Finn trying to kind of settle his nerves here, just like Cody Riddle was trying to do back in the top of the inning.
3-2, Juan Diego. Some of the fans, you can probably hear them, wanted a balk call on that one, won't get it. And Finn ready to go again. Delivers a strike.
Beautiful pitch from the lefty. Finn nibbling on that outside corner, caught the edge and froze Tanner Staley.
Pretty much straight away in the outfield. You don't see a lot of shading, but you see a little bit now and then. And that pitch is, wow, called strike 2. I thought that was a little bit up out of the zone, but it is rung up, so the count goes 2-2 on Tanner Staley.
Yeah, late breaking ball there. Threw it hard, and it stayed up, but just kind of bit right at the end. Caught the corner, says the official, at the top of the zone.
Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Here comes the payoff. It's going to be punched into right field, but right at the fielder. And so a fly is picked up easily. Back-to-back hits to right, and 1 runner left on, but Pineview does push 2 across, climb back to within a run on the 1-loss scoreboard. End of 1, 3-2, Soaring Eagle back in a minute. Once again, we welcome you back to Brent Brown Park, where it's 3-2 at the end of 1. Juan Diego leading over Pineview out of St. George. And Juan Diego will send the 8-9 and then back to the top of the order. They will face Corey Riddle. So they've made a decision for right now anyway to stay with
Cody,
thank you. Cody Riddle.
Yeah, and he did not have his command in the first. And, you know, it's got to be nice for Cody to see, okay, my teammates got my back. We got 2 quick ones back, and now a chance to go out and kind of settle down, hit his mark, and maybe try to go 1, 2, 3 in this inning. Juan Diego probably trying to keep a patient approach to the plate, seeing his command issues. And so it's going to be important for Riddle to get ahead in some counts here and force the action for these Juan Diego hitters.
Well, if you play the statistics and the numbers, you'd say Pineview would want to keep Cody Riddle out there because he's a lefty. And look how many left-handed hitters from Juan Diego. There's another one at the plate right now. He's the pitcher, though, Colby Finn. He'll step in to face Riddle. In a 3-2 ball game, we're in the top of the 2nd inning. Ball popped up to the left side, but tail's way out of play.
That one comes down, missed the netting, came through into the stands. There's only about maybe a foot of open space.
It found it, huh?
And it found it, and some fans there kind of got woke up. Didn't hit anybody, thankfully.
Yes.
Good first pitch, though. Kept that fastball down in the zone. Finn thought he liked it, though, but could only foul it off.
That one's up out of the zone for a ball. 1-1 count on the pitcher, Colby Finn.
Appreciate Intermountain Sports Medicine. They provide all the trainers for Region 9 Athletics, proud sponsor of the game today.
Nice pitch that time by Riddle. Got it over the outside part of the plate, about knee-high. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
By the way, shout out to Michelle Hudson. She is the Intermountain Sports Medicine trainer for the Panthers.
Gets a hold of that one, hits it up to the right side. But ranging over there for the out was Dawson Staley. Got a good jump, and he made it look easy.
Yeah, Jagan Levitt, little mitt-to-mitt high five there. Is normally your center fielder call that off, but that time Jagan just backed him up. Dawson had a beat on it, and good communication between the outfielders for the Panthers to get that first out of the inning.
So the number 9 hitter is Colby Gagan. And nice one that time. The curve drops over for a strike. And Pineview hoping that maybe Cody Riddle now finding that groove a little bit. And a soft little pop fly. That'll be taken easily by Sanchez.
Yeah, just kind of got it on either the end of the bat or just not on the big fat part of the barrel there. And it went right to Sanchez. Took a step backwards and had a beat on it for out number 2. And you're right, Riddle has settled down. looks a lot better with his command here in the second inning than he did back in the first.
Fires that one. That is ripped, though, and it is fair ball. Right down that foul line, and a double to Dawson Stifle.
Yeah, Stifle put a charge in that. Left-handed batter pulled it down the line. Just inches fair. Dawson Staley got in the corner, actually turned to throw, and he slipped a little bit there on the warning track down near the foul pole in foul territory as it kind of hooked away from him. Threw a great cutoff, and Sanchez then relayed it, but obviously Stifle with the stand-up double beat it out.
Yeah. So Stifle is aboard at second. He is right now 1 on, 2 down. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Phil Hamill. Hamill, the shortstop, he was hit by a pitch and came around to score back in the first inning. Here we are, top of the second. And the delivery misses, ball 1. Hamill lowered the bat as if he was going after it and then pulled it back. 3-2 lead. Soaring Eagle over the Panthers of Pineview. And just missing with that one, 2-0. 2 down, 1 on. Again, the loser out of the tournament. Winner goes on to a 7 o'clock game tomorrow night. Or tonight, excuse me. Swing and a miss on Hamill, strike 1.
And I'm sure Juan Diego coach Kellen Carsey talked to his guys about staying in the moment, taking it 1 pitch, 1 play at a time, 1 game at a time.
Again, Riddle, the lefty, delivers. That's hit up in the air, but not that deep. Now coming in, and a diving catch is made in left field. Oh, what a recovery out there as he started deep.
Sterling.
Who's that? Sterling, yeah. And then he had to really turn on the jets, come back in, and just got it. So nobody, they leave 1. And at the end of an inning and a half, 3-2, Soaring Eagle back in 1. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 1-run game. Soaring Eagle, after getting 3 in the first, held scoreless in the second. Panthers through the plate, and it's the pitcher, Corey Riddle, little comebacker. They run it to first and flip ahead for the putout.
Yeah, I thought he liked that pitch. You know, and we've seen a lot of guys in Region 9 baseballs. We cover the teams in Southern Utah all year long. Guys like Hobbs Nyberg and others like Austin Deming, who just had a terrific game in that win earlier today right here at UVU. They love that first pitch. You know, if they throw that fastball, they get a beat on it early. And that time Riddle thought he liked it, but just couldn't do much with it there and one away.
Yeah, kind of took it off the end of the bat. And the lefty delivers a pitch outside to McClellan, the first baseman. 1 ball, no strike count, 1 down, nobody aboard here, bottom of the second inning. And the next pitch, did he go around? Yeah, he did, strike 1. Probably one of the more interesting batting helmets. Got some color to it. Most of them are just black.
Little flavor, I like it.
Strike 2. May have heard somebody in the audience below us. Good eye! They disagreed with the call. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 down, nobody aboard. McClellan at the plate.
Well, we knew he wouldn't pitch with the broken collarbone, but they've got the thing wrapped up, and he's been a couple weeks now, and I saw him playing some toss, and here he is trying to hit.
Yep.
Tough kid.
Yeah. There's a shot headed up the middle, scooped up by the shortstop. Long throw to first in time.
Ooh, Hamill made that look routine, didn't he, out there? Great glove to snare it, and then just fluid as he came across the body with the clothesline laser arm over to first for the out, because McClellan can run pretty good.
I was going to say, actually, McClellan made it pretty close, hustling up the line. Back to the, or down to the bottom of the order, in the DH Green. And ball 1 to Green.
Okay, Green's a guy that could see some innings as this tournament progresses, as long as Pineview keeps winning.
Yep. Goes that one, but again, it's a hot shot, but right at somebody. Picked up that time by Rust at second base, and the flip over to first in time. So turns out to be a 1-2-3 inning, 3 groundouts in a row. An easy one there for Colby Finn. The end of 2 complete innings. Score stays 3-2 on the 1-loss scoreboard. And we welcome you back to Brent Brown Ballpark, which has become the site of state championship action. At least one, or a lot of times 2, of the different classifications come here. It'll be interesting next year because the Southern Utah teams, of which we do a lot with there in Region 9, will bounce up. They will be 4A teams. And they're kind of realigning the conference down there as well. And then next year they add in a brand new high school in Crimson High School. I guess that's in 19, isn't it?
So yep, out in Washington Fields.
Things are changing.
Boundaries been a big discussion. They've got them tentatively set. 3,000 East and 2450 South. Because Desert Hills is going to be effective. I think Desert Hills is going to go from over 1,000 kids in their school to probably down around 700.
Down the right field line, but pulled a foul by Dalton Gray. Well, it'd have to be more than that, wouldn't it, to be a 4A school? I don't know.
I'm just giving you some approximations. Don't hold me at that number. But that's going to pull a lot of kids from Desert Hills.
It's going to change it, no doubt.
And there'll be a few that maybe come over from Pineview.
With the growth in Southern Utah. That pitch curve stays way up top. 1-1. They bounced around a little bit there, 4A, 3A. They went up to 4A a couple of years ago. That didn't work out too well. That pitch is high ball 2. Anyway, next year, and of course you take Canyon View, a team that just lost to Snow Canyon, put them back in that Region 9 as well. And the delivery ripped to the right side, right between first and second.
Well, good piece of hitting by Gray, pulling it right through between the gap. And really no chance to get a glove on that. It was smoked pretty hard on a one-hopper.
And there wasn't that big of a window out there. They were playing first base well off the line.
You know, Stifle, Rex with that 2-run home run. Campbell McGrain's got a hit, and now Dalton Gray. So those are your 4 Soaring Eagle players that have already collected hits so far in this game. Here we are, just top of 3.
At 3 runs on those 4 hits. Big curve, dropped it over for a strike.
There's Riddle. That's his game. He is so good with that curveball, but he was missing. It was like he was hanging on to it. That was finally executed perfectly like he's capable of. Freezing Rex.
See what Rex does this time. And he throws that right over the top of Rex, and the easy stolen base now by Gray. So Gray down to second. Again, Devin, though that last one worked, that one didn't. That was supposed to be another curve that just stayed way up out of the zone.
Yep, again, just not snapping it off. The timing on that breaking ball is hit or miss right now. You see one perfectly executed, then you see one that's thrown behind the batter, basically.
And they're going to run. They get to third base because the ball bounces away on a pass ball. Well, actually, I'm going to go to a wild pitch. That hit the ground.
And Riddle just not paying attention to the runner whatsoever. He's so focused on throwing his pitches right now because he's started to lose his command a little bit and forgot to check the runner. And good job by Coach Kellen Carsey there to send that runner twice in a row. Gray swiping 2 bags.
And the pitch is a called strike on Rex. So Rex down in the count. He's already got, as you mentioned, the home run, a 2-run homer in the first inning. Now he's 1-2 with a runner at third. And that hits him.
And look at the expression of frustration from Riddle, slapping the mitt against his leg, as he is just all of a sudden starting to struggle again on location. And Juan Diego will take that hit batter and trot him down there to first base. Now you got runners on the corner here with nobody out, and a 1-run lead for the Soaring Eagle. And again, looking down to the bullpen area, and nobody warming up. We saw Green getting loose a little earlier, but not now.
Right.
And why not? After that second inning, Riddle, only put 3 of the 4 Soaring Eagles down.
Right, looked fairly decent there, but he's back to struggling here. As you mentioned, runners at the corners, nobody down. That pitch in for a strike. To Cooper Rust, second baseman. He lazy little pop to the second baseman, his first time up. 0 for 1 in today's game. Again, loser is out, winner to a 7 o'clock game tonight. And that pitch is way inside.
Little chin music there. Yeah. Tell you what, Rust was backing out of the way of that one. That wouldn't have felt good.
Ooh, yeah, he was bailing. Well, coming off a hit batsman, that's kind of scary to see that close. 1-1 count on Rust. A little throw to first just to let him know he's got an eye on him. I want to tell you, the body language, though, unfortunately right now for Cody Riddle is struggling. Just doesn't look comfortable out there on the mound right now. And he rocks and fires. They drop it down, a squeeze bunt. Can they get it in?
Yeah, Riddle tries to come up and glove it and then flip it with the glove, and it just came out of the webbing of the glove low and away. It just never got that glove open back up to flip it fluidly. And a perfect squeeze bunt laid down by Juan Diego. That's how you draw it up.
Yeah. Wow, what a job. Another run is in.
They did a peel there just to home plate, make sure he touched the bag. If the umpire says, yep, he's safe.
He's all right. 4-2 now in favor of Juan Diego. And that will bring up first baseman Campbell McGrain. McGrain singled. He was left aboard, though, back in the first. He went to left field with the hit. Now runners at first and second, 1 in, nobody out. And Riddle struggling again here in the third. Squared to bunt, pulled it back. And that was trouble for the catcher. He come up, blocked the ball down, but Erickson couldn't find it for a moment. So it's a ball, no strikes on McGrain. Again, squares to bunt, down the left field line, but foul. So it'll be a strike. 1-1 to count on McGrain. You get the feel that the coaching staff and the Soaring Eagle feel like they can run. Go small ball right now.
Yeah, and I kind of like Coach Carsey doing that. I mean, he's having his players execute some plays, and it's the fundamentals. It's the little things like dropping a bunt down that can be so big for a club, and we just saw that squeeze work out well.
Well, they pulled off the bunt sign. He went swinging away, comes up empty. So now down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes is the first baseman, McGrain. Down at first base, Cooper Russ. Second base, Easton Rex. And 1 run in. Got a hold of that one, lifted it high. And will the runners advance? No, they bluff, but it's not that deep. So 1 down as McGrain flies out. And that'll bring up Colin Helgeson, the catcher. Sterling didn't have to move too much out there in left field for that one. So it's a 4-2 lead right now for Juan Diego, top of inning number 3 in this scheduled 7-inning ball game.
Long way to go still.
Yep.
Sun peeking through a little bit, but in the distance, gray skies everywhere.
I woke up this morning, looked around, and I looked out one window, and I thought, hey, it's not bad. And then I stepped outside, and that was the only blue in the sky. I didn't look behind me. But it's still a pretty nice day, all things considered, up here.
Yeah, a lot warmer than yesterday.
Amen to that one. Foul back out of play off to the left side.
Yeah, I like what Helgeson did right there. That pitch was breaking away, maybe a slider from Riddle, and he was trying to slap it through the left side, but just
well, they're giving him the line, too, as Sterling is well off the line. But that pitch is away. 2 balls and a strike now on Helgeson. Pitcher Colby Finn due up next. Again, 2 aboard, 1 down. And a run in here in the top of the 3rd inning. Now they do have a pitcher back up in the bullpen for Pineview. That one goes to the right side. Got underneath the glove of Sanchez.
And the throw gets away from Erickson, but not going to try to score that run from over at third base. Yeah, that's an error on Sanchez. I mean, it's 1 hop. It's a tricky hop, but he just misjudged it, Mike. And it came up empty, and that's the second Panther error of the game. And now you've got them loaded up here with just 1 out, and Pineview already down 4-2. They're in a little bit of a bad spot here. Riddle definitely could use some Horizon Home strikeouts in this game. And Juan Diego fans and their coach and their players saying, hey, big hit here. We could really start to open this thing up a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's the opposing pitcher, Colby Finn, who steps to the plate. And again, there's a lot of ways.
Already 56 pitches on our Air Care Professionals heating and cooling pitch count for Riddle. Only 29 pitches through 2 innings for Colby Finn. Finn's thrown 55% for strikes. Only 50% from Riddle have been thrown for strikes.
That one is headed up the middle. I think it's deep enough to score a run. Here comes the throw. And they don't even look home. They look to throw it back. But a run is in, so a sacrifice fly by Colby Finn. And it's another run across for the Soaring Eagle.
Yep. Good cannon there for Jagan Levitt. The throw, though, cut off. If he lets it go probably up the line just a little, probably wouldn't have been enough to get the out. So they thought maybe they cut it and try to throw over to second, maybe cut down that runner wandering off the bag. But he put on the brakes pretty quick there and didn't wander off the bag. Yeah,
that's pretty good base running by Cooper Rust out there. Stayed right close. A strike called on Colby Gagan. Gagan popped up to second base, his only appearance, 0 for 1. 2 down, but 2 runs in here in the top of the 3rd inning. And foul ball called. I believe it'll be strike 2. So an 0-2 count now on the number 9 batter. If we get there, Dawson Stifle due up next. Well, I'll tell you, this time of the tournament, just never not quite sure what to expect.
Stifel's already got a double in this game, Mike.
Yep.
Rex has already got a round tripper for the Soaring Eagle. Rust, Finn have RBIs. Rex with that home run has 2 RBIs.
Yeah. Pitch was inside, a ball and 2 strikes. And a little liner. It's mishandled, and he got there. Safe at third base. It was kind of mishandled by the third baseman, so grabbing it was the shortstop. But then he thought, what do I do? Well, then Stady says, I'm going to try to race the guy to third, and he didn't get there.
It was close.
Yeah, it was close.
Well, Weston Sampson kicking himself. That was hit so softly. It might have had a little spin on it.
I think so.
And it spun away from Sampson. You know, he was charging like he was going to catch it on the fly, and then he stopped, and then the spin just kind of screwed him up. It basically just took his eye off of it and just misjudged it with the spin. And now
we may be done
call
with Riddle.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Nobody warming up right now, so if you're going to make a change, you're probably going to go with somebody that's already out there.
He's done.
Yeah, he is. He is.
It's been just a rough start here, so we're going to take a break right now. A Hanks Riverwalk Grill break as we get a new pitcher in. It's 5-2. We're back in a minute. Hi, welcome back as we are now in the top of the third inning and a new pitcher in for the Pineview Panthers as they wrap it up for Cody Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle, Game Changer had him for 59 and then it refreshed to 61. I was thinking maybe if they were keeping him below 60, that's why in that spot. I mean, he made a good pitch there. It was a number to third. But obviously, your bases are loaded, and he doesn't have his best stuff. You're down 5-2, and this is going to be Madison. This is going to be number 12 coming in, Cooper Madison, Mike, in relief. And I have not seen Cooper Madison throw this year. I don't think he's logged many innings as a varsity pitcher. I'm sure he's thrown a lot at the JV level, and here he is in the state tournament with the bases loaded. This young man in a tough spot. See what he's got for the Soaring Eagle.
Yeah, I think they've only got him officially in the regular season playing in parts of 7 games, and that's not pitching, that's just being in there. As he hasn't got much, but here he is. They go to him. He's a lefty. That might be the reason why he's in there too, because the Soaring Eagle threw a lot of left-handed hitters at you. And the pitch is outside by Madison.
You got Rust over there at third. You got Eggleston at second. And over at first, is that Kagan?
Yeah.
Now you got this underclassman coming in trying to shut the door here in a tough spot. 2 outs, though, for the Panthers. If you can get a ground ball here.
Yeah, but you need it right now. You need to shut the door. You're down 3 at 5-2.
And quickly falling behind in the count 2-0. Breaking ball looked like it was close, but not granted. Oh, it gets away.
And the ball gets away. And that'll be another run score. Everybody advances. So Rust in to score. Down to third is Helgeson. Down to second goes Gagan. And it's a 3-0 count now on Stifle.
Just held on that one too long, way outside. Reich Erickson pounces up out of his stance, slides over, tries to block it. Looked like it hit the shin guard and bounced about 12, 14 feet away, and it's too late to go get it, make a play at the plate.
And that pitch is way outside. And so Stiefel is aboard. Third time, that's his second walk. In fact, back in the first inning, he walked, advanced to second on a wild pitch, and then an error, a throwing error, as he was trying to get to third. He came around and scored.
And now, you know, you had first base open, so now you've got the force everywhere.
And a little flare's going to drop in. Nobody covering at first. Everybody's safe.
Oh, just hit right in the middle of second, first, and the pitcher's mound. All three trying to go get to it, and nobody covering the bag. And another run will score for the Soaring Eagle. They're now up by 5, 7-2 ball game. And they've already got 4 runs here plated in the third inning, top half.
Wow. You called it into no man's land there, and everybody going for it. Nobody covered the bag at first. And the pitch is low for ball 1. And now, see, the batter is Dalton Gray. That's his second time around here in the inning, so the 10th batter. Hits that up in the air toward left field, ranging back though. And getting there was Sterling. So finally, it comes to an end, but they leave 3. They push 4 across, and at the end of 2.5 innings, now 7-2 Soaring Eagle. We're back in a minute. Welcome back to Brent Brown Ballpark. Once again, we go to the bottom of the third inning. Pineview will go back to the top of the order. It'll be Erickson, Staley, and Levitt. And they, right now, they need some base runners. They trail by 5, 7-2. Not sure what the official yelled. Somebody down the line, but we get ready to go here.
Yeah, Reich was down there tying his shoe.
Is that what it was?
I think. I don't know what he was yelling down the line, but that was part of the holdup.
All right, here we go. On the mound, Colby Finn, and the ball goes behind him.
Wow.
Just kind of leaned forward that time. So a ball and no strikes on Reich Erickson. Erickson did single and score back in the first inning. But again, they need base runners. And that one is, wow, called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. So far, we have 2 more games coming away on the radio. Been kind of fun to be a part of the video broadcast also. And that pitch is low and in the dirt. Snow Canyon won earlier. They play tonight at 7 o'clock against the winner of this one. And Dixie still right now trying to remain unbeaten. They take on a very tough team from Park City. Got a good rip, but came up empty.
Yeah, nice little bottom dropping out of that pitch. Maybe a slider from Colby Finn. And Erickson, big cut, but came up empty.
Finn, tall, lefty, waits. Reich Erickson steps back in, and the delivery is ready. Hit foul, well out of play, off to the right side. Dawson Staley due up next, and then Jagan Levitt. Levitt, let's see, how many hits? It's just 2 hits. Levitt has 1, and this guy at the plate right now, Erickson, has the other. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And just missing with that one. Count goes full. Hey, one thing, you got the fans pretty much into this game.
Not a bad crowd.
Yeah, not bad.
Not a bad seat here at Brent Brown Ballpark.
This is a great ballpark. And rip it out of the bounds on the left side.
Yep, Fabulous Freddy's Foul Ball. Appreciate Fabulous Freddy's. Great sponsor of high school baseball. Locations in Sandy and, of course, a couple in St. George. Fuel it up, wash it down, you in your car. Feeling fabulous. I know they got the Father's Day coupon book sale going. You buy 7 washes, you get 3 free. Best deal of the year.
Just got a piece of that one and fouled it back to the screen. That's almost like Erickson wasn't quite ready, but he hurriedly took a swing at it and got a piece to stay alive. Counts full.
Good pitch, though, down in the zone. Tough to hit, and all Erickson could hope for there was just to get a little bit of a piece to stay alive.
Yep. And it's ball 4, low and inside, and so Reich Erickson is aboard. He becomes the first base runner since the 1st inning. That'll bring up Dawson Staley, who walked and scored in the 1st.
Yeah, quite a battle between Reich Erickson and Colby Finn right there. And if you go back to the 1st inning, it was a battle, and finally Finn lost that battle, and Staley scored on that RBI dirty bomb by Jagan Levitt into shallow center field. One of the 2 runs the Panthers have as they trail 7-2.
Hank Tagan once again replacing Erickson at first as a strike called on Staley.
Put a little bit more speed on the base pass. Get the heart of the order coming up here for Coach Troy Wall and the Panthers, the defending 2-time state champs. A little bit of trouble here, though, down by 5.
Yeah. And the lefty looks at first and rocks and fires. Swing and a miss by Staley. 0-2 count on the right fielder. So taken aboard at first, the speed up runner, nobody down, but Staley down in the count. Again, the winner lives to play tonight. Loser wraps up the season. There's a throw to first, but easily back was taken. Pineview has another pitcher up and throwing in the bullpen. Yeah, you reach a point where you say we like to save some pitchers, keep them fresh, but then you also say we got to win.
Yeah, there is no tomorrow for the loser of this game. As everyone in the stands and listened is well aware, true double elimination. It's tough to fight through that 1-loss bracket. Still a long way to go in this one, though. Pineview's got to just kind of be thinking, string a couple together, keep chipping away at this lead.
Little lazy pop fly, and actually kind of upset with himself was Dawson Staley, as a little lazy pop to Cooper Rust. He has it for the out.
Yeah, Dawson's thinking, hey, if I can get a hit here, get 2 on, and that'll bring up Jagan Levitt with nobody out. But now Finn doing some work there, and good pitch, tough pitch to hit, and all he can do is kind of softly pop it up to second base. Did they actually call an infield fly on that one? Might have done.
Pitch, should have done. Pitch is inside a low ball, 1 to Levitt. Levitt again got that little Texas leaguer to center field. Back in the 1st inning, 1 for 1 today. Looks at that one, pitches outside. Ball 2. 2-0 on Jagan Levitt with a runner at first, 1 down. 7-2, Soaring Eagle over the Panthers right now.
A lot of guys in Southern Utah, and a lot of guys in 3A baseball going to be playing next level baseball. I haven't heard that Jagan Levitt's got any offer. A lot of people say, oh, he's too small. I don't think so. I think if he wants to, he can play next level baseball somewhere. Rip that one foul towards the Soaring Eagle dugout. Heads up.
Yeah, be ready over there. 2 balls and a strike now on Levitt. Again down at first is Tagan. speed up runner after the walk by Reich Erickson. Staley popped up to second. That brings us again to Jagan Levitt. Throw to first, close, but no. Back, they say, was taken. Little bit of a breeze picking up, kind of from left field to right field, but very light right at the moment. Ball hit up in the air, but straight away center, and kind of an easy Dalton Gray roam over there, has it for the out.
Dixie State baseball losing a heartbreaker last night, and they've dropped down into the one-loss side of the Western Regional down in California. They'll play Cal Poly Pomona at 4 o'clock Mountain Time. And a must-win situation here on out for Coach Fate now, trying to work their way back to Monday's championship game. They would have to try to do what these two teams are doing, is get hot and beat somebody twice to keep the season alive.
Come back to that one-loss bracketing. Pitch is outside, ball one to Eric Sanchez. Sanchez playing second base today for the Panthers. Finn ready, looks, checks the runner at first, and delivers the ball outside, throw down to first, but easily back, was taken. 2 balls, no strike count now on Sanchez. Into the second to the final day of the season here for 3A baseball. 16 teams started a week ago. 12 made it to this point. And pitch again way outside. Boy, Colby Finn suddenly can't find the strike zone.
Did want to update our listeners back in Southern Utah too. Dixie State softball playing a best of 3 in the Super Regionals. They lost a heartbreaker by a run yesterday. They're down 8-6 in the 6th inning against Humboldt State. They got to win that one to keep their season alive.
Yep. And the 3-0 count is strike one. 3-1 now on Eric Sanchez. Dixie State softball, baseball, 2 great programs. Popped him up. And coming in from right field there, taking over and getting it was Jared Perry. So Perry comes in for the put out. And inning comes to an end. So Pineview comes up empty. They do leave one. And at the end of 3 complete, they trail 7-2. We're back in a minute. We are headed to the top of inning number 4. I'm trying to push this one along. 7-2, Soaring Eagle with the lead. And they will go here with Rex, Rust, and McGrain. Right there in the middle of the order. Easton Rex has a home run, and he was hit by a pitch. He's been on base twice. There's one headed to the gap in left center. That's going to roll. He'll round first and be into second with a stand-up double.
Wow, and that one was hit well. Rex, little fist pump, little hard hand clap as he stands up at second base there with that leadoff dub. And Jagan Levitt was actually shading him to right field, so he had to cover a lot of ground to get over there by that Utah National Guard sign in the deep part of the park. I mean, that was hit to the deepest part of the park, got all the way to the fence.
spacious part out there. It's kind of a weird corner out there with this field, but nonetheless, that's a big double and a home run for that guy. That'll bring up Cooper Rust, the second baseman.
Well, you know, you got Riddle out there and you just didn't get what you needed from him. And Coach Wall goes to Cooper Madison and he comes in with the bases loaded and, you know, did okay, but still gave up a couple runs. And he's struggling with his command as he throws one that maybe just one hop strike Erickson, but allows that free base as Rex gets down to third.
Ball gets away from, as you said, Erickson. So Rex now at third, 90 feet away. And a ball 2-0 count on Cooper Rust. A lot of ways to score here. And fouls that back to the screen for a strike. 2-1 count on Rust. When I say a hit, of course, would be a run. Deeper fly ball could be a sacrifice fly. Any kind of an error could score a run. Right now, Pineview down 5, 7-2, top of inning number 4. Oh, apparently, they need to talk something over as Cooper Madison on the mound. Well, didn't take long discussion. Coming up next, once again, the Dixie Flyers taking on the Miners of Park City. Winner of that one goes to the championship at noon tomorrow. Hit to the right side, headed for the corner, and it'll score a run easily. Rounding first, headed to second, and in with the double is Cooper Rust.
They just keep swinging it right now. They have got a bead on these lefties from Pineview, and the Panthers now find themselves down another one.
Wow, and another visit coming from the coach. As Walt coming out wants to talk things over. Campbell McGrain is due up. We may have another pitching change happening right here, and we do. So with that change, we'll take another break. 8-2 the lead right now for Juan Diego. We'll be back with a new pitcher after this. Third pitcher of the ball game now in for the Pineview Panthers, and they have brought in Kai McClellan, replacing Madison, who had replaced Riddle. And right now it's, again, you got to stop the bleeding. It's an 8-2 lead right now for Juan Diego. We're in the top of the fourth inning.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. I mean, Coach Wall told me a couple weeks ago after he broke it that he had every intention of recovering and coming back and pitching. Coach Wall wasn't so sure that was going to be the case, but obviously Mackay's been one of their starters most of the season, and down 8-2, it just wasn't happening for the staff of the Panthers, and they're going to go to Mackay. First time we've seen him pitch in a couple of weeks.
The righty delivers a strike. At the plate once again is Campbell McGrain. Now McGrain was there when the change was made. And delivery swinging, strike two. Kai McClellan. 8-2. Soaring Eagle with the lead. And Fats fouled off to the right side. Pretty good pitch once again by McClellan. Yeah, a little surprised. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know, but I am a little surprised to see him back in there. It's not that long ago that he broke the collarbone.
It was the final Tuesday of Region 9's regular season, so what, 2.5 weeks ago?
Yep.
Got to pop up there.
Yeah, got a lazy little pop to Eric Sanchez at second, so Sanchez has it for the out. That is the first out, however. So we have a runner at second.
Yeah, that's Rust after he drove in that RBI.
Yep. Rex scored after his double. And that'll bring in Colin Helgeson, who grounded out and reached on an error. On the air, though, he did come around to score. The lefty backs out now. He's ready to go again. And Pime's going to keep some pitchers warming up. Strike called.
McClellan looks mad right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He's all fired up. I wonder if he lobbied to get in this game.
That's just what I was thinking. Good coach, give me some sort of chance, okay?
And he hit him.
Oh, wow.
Helgeson free pass there.
Came inside, and Helgeson, knowing that, didn't make much of a move to get out of bounds or out of the way. So he's aboard at first. Runners now at first and second, and that brings up the pitcher. Colby Finn. Finn flew out and got a sacrifice fly his last at bat. It's 8-2. Obviously, the task at hand is to stop the bleeding. Give you a chance to come up, see if your bats can get going in this one. So far, though, 2 runs, 2 hits, but look at that error. 3 big errors up on the plate there, too.
Yeah, that's costly.
Pitch is outside for a ball to Finn. Again, 2 more games coming up today. Inside, hit deep and up in the air. Ball is caught.
You know, Makai McClellan did struggle a little bit with his command this year. He gave 34 walks up, but he logged a ton of innings when they needed to, when Riddle was injured. And the opponent's hitting 294 against him during the regular season down in Region 9.
Now the runners both advanced on that one.
Pineview, you know, graduated Dakota Donovan, signed at Oregon State.
Headed for trouble, it's foul.
And that's shown. You lose a pure ace like a Dakota Donovan, and now the team ERA this year for the Panthers has been over 4.03. And they've given up about 5.1 runs per game, and Juan Diego already 8 runs in this one, leading by 6.
1-1 count on the left fielder, Colby Kagan. He goes that way again, this time foul again by about 3 or 4 feet.
He's trying to paint the chalk out there.
Twice down that left field line, both faded a little bit foul. Well, I got off about it. This is Colby Finn. Yeah, excuse me.
One-two pitch coming here. Makai didn't like the signs, and finally Colby Finn said, okay, I'll step out. You guys figure this out. Makai looks like he's got some confidence, though, right now.
Pitch is away outside, ball 2.
You just wonder how healthy he can be after that collision at the plate. I mean, 2.5 weeks, and I saw the tweet with the x-rays, and it certainly was cracked and broke.
Yeah.
And they got him.
Yeah, foul tip into the glove. So,
Mike, call me crazy, but it seems like that's the first K of the game for the Panthers pitching staff.
It is.
Horizon Home strikeout. Appreciate Lance Rigby. If you're looking to build your dream home in southern Utah, you want a builder you can trust that'll work hand in hand to get you the right designs, the right floor plans, the right colors, just the way you want it. Not often you get to work directly with the builder, but you do at LanceRigbyHomes.com or HorizonHomesUtah.com if you want to get more information.
Pinch hitter, number 32, that is Morgan Anderson. Anderson is a sophomore getting a chance.
Got ducks on the pond, his second, third with 2 outs here, so they must trust him.
And the pitch delivered is a strike down low.
Anderson looks like a big, strong right-handed batter. Look, this lineup is full of lefties.
Yep, they bring in a right-handed batter. And the delivery, swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. Throw that slider and it darts away from Anderson and it came up empty. Now you're ahead in the count here, and now you got to work the edges.
And called strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts.
Froze him. 2 Horizon Homes Ks. Good for Makai McClellan coming in, shutting the door. Only 1 run allowed. Still within striking distance, but Pineview's got to rattle the bats here soon. They're running out of innings.
Going to the bottom of the 4th, 8-2 in favor of the Soaring Eagle. We're back in a minute. And we welcome you back. Brent Brown Ballpark. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it'll be Weston Sampson leading it off. He is 0 for 1 today and looks at a strike 1.
Appreciate Wilkinson's House of Lighting, lights, fans, home decor, and more.
Ball hit up in the air to the right side on his horse, and coming in for the putout, that's Jared Perry.
A good pitch there. Darting away from the right-handed batter, Weston Sampson. Weak pop-up there for out number 1. I mean, Colby Finn, he gave up those 2 runs back in the 1st inning. And since then, in the 2nd, 3rd, keeping that 0 up on the scoreboard and plenty of offense to back up the Soaring Eagle pitcher.
Tanner Staley to the plate. He looks at the pitch, called strike on the outside part of the plate. Staley has popped up once. He's 0 for 1 in the game. Just his 2nd appearance against Colby Finn. There's a hot shot to the 3rd baseman, got underneath his glove.
Yeah, charged it hard, did everything right, just didn't get the webbing down against the dirt, and it just found a little bit of air there to sneak underneath it. And that's probably going to go down as an error on the 3rd baseman.
Yeah, I think that time he had a play, got the glove there, so. Is that the first error? Let's see. Yeah, it is. So they did put it up as an error on the 3rd baseman. E5 and aboard at first is Staley. Now the delivery to the plate. And ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, tough one to score against Stifle as an error, but it's one if you went and asked him, he should have made, he'd say yeah.
swing and a miss. By the way, this is Tegan batting in place of Corey Riddle right now.
Yeah, Riddle, when he exited the pitching mound, he was kind of working that arm, that shoulder. He's been fighting injuries all year long. And I don't know how healthy he is.
Wow, strike 2.
You're looking for a spark, and you just saw Coach Carsey DH didn't work out. Coach Wall going to the bench to try to find a spark here with Tegan.
Tegan behind in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Finn delivers, gets away, goes back to the screen, so down to second base goes Staley.
I'll tell you, Tanner Staley, I think, has been one of the biggest reasons Pineview is in this situation playing here on a Friday afternoon. He has had a tremendous year.
Both with the bat and the glove.
Yeah. I mean, they had intentions of Sanchez being their everyday shortstop, but when Sanchez got hurt, he was their everyday guy and was hitting it so good that when Sanchez came back, now that's why you see him playing second base today.
Yeah.
Staley stayed out there at shortstop, and that's been the case since Sanchez came back.
So a swing and a miss by Tegan. He's gone. McClellan now steps to the plate with 1 on but 2 down. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Soaring Eagle leading the Panthers. There's a comebacker. Quickly off the mound and in time as Finn has it. Fires to first, and McClellan is gone. So it turns out to be a 4-up, 3 down. 1 error allowed Stated to be on board, but he went nowhere. They leave 1, and at the end of 4 complete, now 8-2 on the 1-loss scoreboard. Soaring Eagle with a lead. We go to the top of inning number 5 in this loser-out ball game. It is Soaring Eagle with the lead, and they go back to bat, try for more. And the pitch is on the inside part of the plate. Strike 1 on Stifle. Dawson Stifle having a pretty good game, though.
Yeah, 1 for 1 officially with a run scored. 2 walks in this game.
1 ball, 1 strike count now. He walked and scored. As a wild one. He walked, went to second on a wild pitch, tried to steal third, and throwing error sent him home. He doubled, left aboard, and walked and left aboard again in the 3rd inning. Here he is in the 5th. Good rip, but empty. 1-2 on Dawson Stifle.
Well, the top of the order has been very productive. Stifle, Hamill, Gray, Rex, Rust, McGrain all got hits. Bottom of the order hasn't done too much, but production coming where they need it today to have a 6-run lead. Pineview's got to keep it at 8. Still 9 outs away from this one being over, so there's still time for Pineview to try to put some hits together. But they can't let Juan Diego, and then hit him.
Tried to come to the inside part of the plate, and it tailed way inside.
Yep, just a breaking ball that snapped it off and come up on the hands, and Stifle had nowhere to go, beamed him, and he's aboard again for the 4th time today.
That'll bring up Phil Hamill. Hamill coming off a single in the third.
Yeah, he's 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And a ball. What did they call? A balk?
Yep, they called a balk, and Makai McClellan.
He was looking around like, what? So the runner advances. No pitch. And stepping back in is Hamill now.
Ball loose, so Coach Wall's going to go get it. And then retrace the steps back to the Panther dugout.
Tough afternoon so far for the Pineview Panthers. Squaring to bunt foul, but it's popped back to the screen. Strike one on Hamill. Hamill got the bat out there, but the ball hit the top part of the bat. Popped clear back to the screen. 8-2, Soaring Eagle with a lead over Pineview. And that pitch inside nearly hitting Hamill.
Yeah, Hamill just like, whoa!
Yeah, he twisted out of the way. There's been 1, 2, 3 hit batsmen in the game.
Hamill's got home run power. Had a couple of them during the regular season.
That pitch is way outside for ball 2.
Of course, we haven't seen a home run so far here at Utah Valley University. Not yesterday or today.
Yeah, we did.
Did we see one last night?
No, Rex got one here in the first inning, remember?
Oh, that was the first. Yeah, that one. Left field, or in right field.
Right field.
You're right.
Yep, that's the only one I've seen, but.
Forgot about. Sorry, Mr. Rex.
Yeah. And the pitch misses.
I was just thinking about Deming's shots, and he hit them good into the deep part of the, and they just wouldn't get out of here. The dimensions here are a lot bigger than at Juan Diego or Pineview High School.
Amen. Yeah, you got to get a hold of it here to get it out of the park. And got a hold of that one, but lifted it foul. So count now full on the shortstop, Phil Hamill. Due up next, Dalton Gray. 3-2 count, 8-2 with a runner at second. Soaring Eagle looking for more here in the top of the 5th inning. And McClellan, watching that runner, finally steps off the rubber. Everybody resets here. Crowd a little quiet now. Not a lot going on the field. And here comes the delivery to the plate. It's ball 4.
Yeah, pitching just hasn't been there all day. Riddle didn't have his command early on. You go to the bench and bring in Cooper Madison, and he kind of just didn't really have his command, and control wasn't there. And now Makai there hitting a guy, walking a guy. It's just too many free passes given by these Panther pitchers in this game. And Juan Diego's taking advantage.
Yeah, that pitch is way inside. Again, pushing Dalton Gray back. 1 ball, no strike count. Again, Gray's had an up and down game. Hit into a double play, singled and scored, and then flew out. Well, he did make the runner at second base hustle back. That's Stifle.
Yeah, Stifle had started to get a pretty good lead there, and Tanner Staley had ran over the bag, so a nice little spin move.
There's a throw to second. Could get him. Yes!
Wow, Reich Erickson with the hose job from behind the dish. Stifle had wandered off the bag too far, diving back not in time. And that throw really right into the mid of Staley, where he just had to apply the tag right in front of the bag for the out.
Beautiful throw, good tag. Picked him off base.
Little bright spot there for the Panthers to nab that lead-off runner out there at second and get that first out of this inning.
And the pitch was a strike, too, so it's a 1-1 count now on the batter. Goes after that one, fouls it back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Dalton Gray. Pineview needs those kind of things. They're down 6. but they got to wipe them off the base. They being Soaring Eagle, had runners at first and second with nobody down. Now it's runner at first, one down. Throw to first, not in time. Dalton Gray at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strike count. 2 up next, Easton Rex. He's got 2 extra base hits, and he was hit by a pitch, so he's been on base all 3 times. And a foul back to the screen. Hit and run on that time. Hamill was off and running. He'll have to go back.
Just a reminder, Morgan Pest Control is partnered with us here at ESPN Radio again. 55 for Schools program. Every region win football, basketball, baseball. Morgan donates $55 to that school's athletic fund. Over $16,000 the last couple of years. Miami's going to need a little bit of a comeback if they're going to get another donation from Morgan Pest Control today, though. Yeah,
they sure do. Yeah, just thinking for a moment, we really appreciate our great sponsors, and now we're a day away from the end of the baseball season. And we've been going strong since August with 3 sports. We really appreciate all those who have stepped up. Ball is up top, ball 2 from McClellan. Boy, there's a lot of people that step up and help us make it all happen. Kind of hard to believe we're winding down baseball after winding down football and basketball.
Yeah, got a state championship back to Southern Utah football with Desert Hills on the last play of the game. And then basketball came up a little empty. Ridgeline, your 3A state champs this year.
Yeah, Ridgeline, brand new school.
Beat Juan Diego, in fact, in that championship game. Pretty good at it, in fact.
Big curve misses outside for ball 3. Ridgeline then doubled up with boys soccer state champions.
Yeah.
And I think they beat Juan Diego again.
Juan Diego always in the championship contention, aren't they? It doesn't matter what sport.
Be, yeah.
A lot of talent.
Full count, 1 out, 1 on. We're in the top of the 5th inning. And it's an 8-2 lead right now for the Soaring Eagle. The pitch is way up top, down to second base. Got him.
Wow, got him by 3 steps. And they call it balk? Or it was a walk. It was a walk. That pitch missed, so it was a free bag.
There you go, absolutely.
I think Reich thought it was a strike, but he didn't get the call.
There you go.
With 1 out, Reich thinking that might have been a strike, go ahead and throw it out and try to get that double play. But once the ball was called, everybody's safe.
Well, he had me convinced, I was thinking, but then you think, well, he sure didn't try to slide in there. Now we understand. So it's runners at first and second on the walk to Gray. Easton Rex steps up, and he hits it for the 3rd time. Goes to right center. And bases are loaded.
Rex is just raking right now. 3 for 3 now in this game. He had that 2-run home run, and he's perfect on the day. He's got 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and right now he's, as they say, in the zone. It's coming easy to him.
Wow. Bases loaded.
Here comes pitching coach for the Panthers, Coach Barney, out. Going to call the entire infield in. It's a Hanks Riverwalk Grill timeout at the pitcher's mound. Take a timeout if you're in Southern Utah or if you live there, and get out and enjoy delicious lunch or dinner at Hanks Riverwalk Grill located at Sun River. If you ask for the timeout special through the end of the month, you get 2-for-1 ribs, which I've had them. They're absolutely delicious. And appreciate our friends at Southwest Diesel, Doug and Darren, 40 years fixing things. They're there when you need a fix. The originators of high performance for your diesel engines. Of course, our look ahead to our next game brought to you by Ron Shell Station. And that'll be Dixie and Park City. Scheduled for 4:30. We're still here in the 5th of this game, though, depending on how long this one goes. But that's the scheduled start time. And then we know Snow Canyon will await the winner of this game at 7 o'clock tonight here at Brent Brown Ballpark.
All right, they're going to leave him in for right now, but you knew that was going to happen because they just barely got another pitcher up and warming up. So they'll give him at least a little bit of time. But right now, McClellan was back against the wall trying to stop the bleeding. And at the plate is Rust.
And he's had a pretty good game, hasn't he? He's 1 for 3 with a couple ribbies and a run scored.
Yeah, he's got 2 hits in a row after popping up in the first inning.
You got first and third base playing in on the grass for a play at the plate.
Fouls that back off to the left side for strike one.
Middle infield back here defensively for Pineview, trying to maybe get a ground ball double play to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs. Juan Diego scored in every inning in this game except for the second. 3 in the first, 4 in the third, another one in the fourth, and now 1 in the fifth already.
There's one right up the middle. That'll score at least 2 runs. Throw comes in, they let it go, but it's well after. And so 2 more runs.
Yeah, Rust right now 4 ribbies on the day. He's having himself a game. And again, the top of the order, Easton Rex and Cooper Rust, and these guys in the middle of the order as well, just seeing it great and putting the ball in play. And right now, the Panther pitchers are getting hit.
Getting beat around, absolutely. And it's an 11-2 ball game. And that'll bring up Campbell McGrain, the first baseman. McGrain get 1 hit. His first at bat. He has popped up twice since that point. McGrain will waiting to pitch from McClellan. That pitch was way inside, almost hit McGrain. Ball 1. So not the day at all Pineview had been hoping for. Juan Diego, however, kind of liking the way things have been going. And the pitch is a strike.
By the way, Sadeo is in to pinch run, an Info West speed up runner out at second for the Soaring Eagle.
So 2 on with 1 out. And that pitch is high and tight for a ball.
McCrain looked at his hand like, did it get me?
Yeah. Hello.
Almost. He had his hands out, and that one just brushing right by him.
11-2 the lead to Juan Diego Catholic High School out of the South Salt Lake Valley. That pitch is away for ball 3. A walk here would load him up for Colin Helgeson, who has not had it. Well, no, not had a hit. We'll talk about him if he gets up here in a minute. Looking in, McClellan.
Ooh.
And that hit him.
Another breaking ball that just isn't breaking. We've seen this from the start. There's just been no snap on those off-speed pitches for the entire Panther staff today. And too many free passes. That's like the 6th or 7th hit pitch or walk given up by Pineview. Only a couple strikeouts.
Yep.
Pitching just hasn't been there today in this game.
I think the coach came out. Can he get in? He asked him for permission. He had to wait to get the umpire's attention, and that's going to be it, I think, for McClellan. That loads him up with 1 out. And right now, Pineview right on the verge of a 10-run rule possibility.
Yeah, and it looks like number 29 for Pineview coming into pitch, maybe?
I don't even have a 29, so.
Probably got it that we haven't seen, as we've called the varsity games all year long. It might be Bridger Barney. It might be Bridger Barney, I think, coming into pitch for the Panthers. Underclassman. It just hasn't been their day. Coach Wall, I mean, he gave it to Riddle, brought in Cooper Madison, brought in Makai McClellan, even though he's hurt. We didn't think he would even play today. You know, Jagan Levitt still has some innings, but, you know, you were trying to save him potentially for maybe tonight or for tomorrow if you could get to that point, because he pitched under 60 yesterday. But you can't bring him back till tomorrow, so he's really unavailable right now. So you're going down deep into the bullpen trying to find an answer for this Juan Diego staff. And you got to give Coach Carsey and this lineup of Juan Diego a lot of credit. They've been patient at the plate. They took some pitches, earned their way aboard. They've had some clutch hits. I mean, you know, Stifel's got a hit, Hamill's got a hit, Gray's got a hit, Eastern Rex has got 3 hits, Cooper Russ has got 2 hits and 4 RBIs. So, you know, 1 through 6, that top of the order has just done a ton of damage to the Pineview pitching staff.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So we do have the new pitcher. You think that's Barney then?
Mm-hmm, Bridget Barney.
On the mound, and he comes in. Tough situation, bases loaded, 1 out. And Colin Helgeson coming to the plate. Next up would be Colby Finn, the pitcher. So here we go. We are in the top of the 5th inning. 3 runs already in. And a foul well out of play off the bat of Helgeson. Tough day at the ballpark right now for Pineview. There's one up the middle. It's a deep. It's caught, but it's going to drive him back far enough that a run will score. And runners advance to third as well. So Rex comes in to score. Rush down to third base. McGrain stays at first, and a sac fly to Helgeson. So it's now 12-2 in favor of the Soaring Eagle. And that's at the plate now is the pitcher. He goes right after the first pitch, pops it a mile high, right back up on top of us. Strike 1 on Colby Finn. Well, 10-run rule now is in effect.
Yeah.
Of course, now we have the Panthers with the bottom of the inning to try to get something done.
Efficient day for Juan Diego, huh?
Wow.
12 runs on 8 hits, only 1 error. And Colby Finn kind of started off a little bit erratic there, gave up those 2 early runs, but since then he's been lights out.
Lights out.
Just 2 hits given up.
You got to try to manufacture another run. They got a guy though in a pickle. There's a throw to third, and everybody's going to be safe.
Wow.
Getting down to second now is McGrain.
Nothing going right for Pineview right now. You know, Bridget Barney did the right thing. I mean, he kind of stared him down, caught him, then threw it to Tanner Staley, and threw it over to first. And then they thought with a good throw, they probably would have had the Soaring Eagle player over there at third. That's Rust wandering towards home, thinking about darting. But McGrain, once he saw the throw go to third, he shot to second, and everybody's safe as Rust slid back safe to third with the low throw.
0-2 count. And the ball is popped up to the left side. It's going to be out of play. So count stays 0-2. It looks like Soaring Eagle were trying to get one more insurance run. See if they couldn't go to the bottom of the 5th with an 11-run lead. Not give too much margin of error to win this one. It's not over yet, that's for sure. And there's one up the middle. It'll drop in, and that scores that other run. And so it's now a 13-2 ball game.
A good throw from center from Jagan Levitt to home. One hop perfectly to Reich Erickson. And good stop sign over there at third by the Juan Diego coaching staff, because I think he would have been out if he would have tried to go.
You're right. I think
why run into an out?
Yeah.
You know, with 2 outs when you've already got an 11-run lead at this point.
I think Campbell McGrain was purely intent on going home. He thought it was deep enough to get in, but you're right. Would have had to run right through the stop sign of his coach. Strike called, by the way, on the batter. And we have the new player in the game for the Soaring Eagle.
Yeah, is that Anderson?
15, Soto. Lorenzo Soto. He replaces Anderson.
Yes, correct.
So runners on the corners, 2 down. And that pitch bounces in the dirt down to second base. Goes Colby Finn. Or is there a speed up runner in there for him?
Well,
so, go ahead.
Say pitch popped up. Erickson called off. And finally there is out number 3 for Pineview. But not before 5 come home. And now Panthers need a couple runs here to keep this game going. They're in big trouble.
All right, we'll take the break. 13-2, Soaring Eagle with the lead. Panthers will try to get back in it. Back in a minute. Got to quit hanging out. Hello. We're in a break right now. So it hung up on us. So just one more commercial and send it back to us. Thanks. And we are back once again. Soaring Eagle with a 11-run lead, 13-2, bottom of the 5th inning. Pineview at the plate, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count on where are we at? Bottom of the order, I think. And the delivery's in there for a called strike. So Green now 2-1 count on him. Got 3 outs to get at least 2 runs to keep this one rolling. And missing 3-1. So Green, Erickson, Staley. The 3 expected batters. And strike on the inside part of the plate. Green was headed for first. Thought he had the walk.
Yeah, not going to get the free pass yet. Got
to make him throw at least one more. Now timeout.
And a ball. Some young fans, I think, maybe had it squirt free and got onto the field out and left.
Yep. Home plate umpire right on top of things. Saw that bounce onto the field.
Yeah, Colby Finn has pitched a whale of a game.
Yeah, 2-hitter.
And he's going to challenge him here. Green's got to be protecting the plate. He can't try to draw the free pass. And he was.
Yep.
Fought it off for a fabulous Freddie's foul ball.
Count stays full. Bottom of the 5th inning. And Pineview right now backs against the wall. They trail by 11 runs. And again, just enough of it to stay alive. Got a foul ball. Well, if nothing else, Green's going to make him work for this one. And the delivery, hot shot foul down the left field line.
Good swing.
Yeah, that's about 2 feet away from a good double at least.
And if I'm Finn, I keep trying to work the edges. Probably should see a fastball here, but he could surprise Green if he tries to throw a big hook.
Yep. Fastball, but right back. Finn grabs it, flips on to first for out number 1.
And Panthers down to 2 outs on the season. The 2-time defending state champs. Such a rarity to win 2 in a row. 3 in a row is almost unheard of. There's so much great competition, and you get some great classes, you know, that you can get some underclassmen to start for a year or two when they're sophomores, juniors, seniors. But to win 3 in a row, tough, tall order.
Very, very tough. And it looks like right now it's probably not going to happen. Reich Erickson, however, would like to have something to say about this game as he steps in with 1 down, nobody on, and 11 runs down in the bottom of the 5th inning. Popped him up to the right side. calling it.
Gray.
And boy, taking it, yeah, center fielder.
Yeah, Gray coming over there. That's his ball, and he wants it. Good communication out there. And 1 out away, and Dawson Staley will try to keep this thing going. Staley can get aboard. You do bring up Levitt and then Sanchez. Arguably your 2 best hitters.
Wow. But now sailing, or has been sailing, is Colby Finn. He delivers a ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, officially Dawson Staley 0 for 1 with the run scored and a walk. I mean, this is only his 3rd at bat of the game. I mean, they just have not got through the order. Because Finn's been lights out.
Ball 2 to Dawson Staley.
Yeah, and you don't want to pitch to Levitt, but you don't want to serve up meatball either.
Right. Could be it right there. Hot shot to the third baseman, over, and that's the game. As a ground out, 5-3, and it ends up a 13-2 loss for the Pineview Panthers.
Yep, just wasn't meant to be today. Just not enough pitching, and the bats weren't really there either. And that's going to be a long trip back to Southern Utah, but a lot of young kids on this team, and they'll be ready to get after it again next spring.
All right, we're going to take a 90-second break here right now. We'll come back, take a look at some final stats, hand out some honors on the game, and then on the radio we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back at around 4:30 for our next game. Dixie will be playing in the winner's bracket, and they'll take on Park City with a shot at going to the championship game tomorrow. So the season comes to an end for the Pineview Panthers. They lose on the 1-loss scoreboard, 13-2. We'll be back in 90.